What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Our Perspective podcast with me, your boy Easygoing A, and of course my two big brothers with me, Aaron A.R. Reedus,
What it do?
and today he is known by many names, but today we're gonna call him Soapbox. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for DJ Head Rush.
Yes, sir.
Hola, Kumo estás?
So we are going to skip our formalities because today is a day where Soapbox is ready. And when he's charged like this, it's just better to go ahead and let him and let him off the leash.
Bring it on here.
For people who don't understand what this episode is about to be about, this is about to be a open discussion of everything that is going on. Because unfortunately, there's just really unfortunate, but not unsurprising. There is so much going on, and it's all happening at one time. It always feels like soon as we get one thing somewhat under control, 15 other things happen. So there's a lot of different topics that are out there. So instead of us trying to focus all in on one thing and be behind the curve, we're just going to open it up. We're just going to hit as much as we can in today's topic, and we're going to go on from there. So we're going to let my brother go ahead and kick it off today. DJ Head Rush, go ahead, man.
No problem. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Spin That is probably the worst song of the summer. I'm just gonna throw that out right now. Young Miami done made a song that got everybody running around here thinking they can boost a scam with no repercussions involved. All right, you know what? You stupid. If you like the song, that's your problem. If you acting out on the lyrics of the song, you're stupid. And if you go to jail with your stupid behind, that's where you deserve to be because you're stupid. Now, the problem is with this situation is you got a grown woman and her grown daughter running around here stealing and boosting and then made a whole dang on viral post on this stuff on social media because you want to be a booster. You dumb. I'm just going to tell you right now, donkey of the month. You stupid. And I don't care what you say. Argue with your mama, not me. Because you're dumb. And what you doing out here stealing? You're 50 years old. Why you ain't got no job? Huh? Everybody else got to run around here and pay for everything else. You want to come out here stealing these designer purses. You can't even spell Goyard. I probably ain't even saying it right, which I don't care. I don't care about saying it right because I ain't buying that crap. All I'm saying is that you fools out here promoting this woman and her nonsense, and y'all the ones looking bad while she's sitting up in the house on the hill rich. She got people to steal for her, but y'all out here want to steal. You stupid. And then for your parents, you parents out here allowing your children to sing this song with the explicit lyrics, not the radio version. Like I can understand if you want to, have karaoke in the car with your kids and stuff. That's cool if you want to do that. But the least thing you could do is sing the radio friendly version of it. We got hundreds of kids running around here on social media and they parents in the background laughing, talking about some, hey, you goofy, you stupid too. Now somebody kick your door in and take your kids talking about you're an unfit parent, you're going to be screaming the system is against you. You know what? No, the system ain't against you. You against you, you goofball. You stupid. You run around here, got your kids cussing all on social media, and then when white folks get up on the social media platform and jump in the comments and start calling you monkeys and talking about some, look how these folks are raising their kids, they'll be chimping out next. When the white folks jump on here and start talking about you, now you want to jump up in arms talking about some everybody racist. No, you stupid. You opened the door for that situation. So back to the question at hand. When are we going to remove ourselves from the situation that we keep putting ourselves in and then want to blame everybody else for it? And I said all that without cussing because I really want to let them fly. Y'all stupid.
Woo.
That's my thesis statement. Y'all carry on.
well, I only want to. I don't even know where to. That's a whole lot of answer. A lot. I tell you
You
what. I'm I'm gonna take bits and pieces, and I'm gonna just take off where I feel like I need to be. So let's first start. When did parents stop wanting to be parents and wanted to be friends? That disease has probably been around for a while, but boy, it sure is apparent these days. Uh, it's wild. How many parents don't want to be parents? They want to be buddies. They want to hang out with their kids instead of discipline their kids. It's amazing to me how they haven't figured out that a kid can have a million different friends, but you only have one set of parents, and when they're lacking, it's amazing what children can get into. I'm not saying it's 1,000%, but past a certain age, I'll give you the credit to say, yeah, you're both kind of dumb. You both keep finding yourself in dumb situations. You're not going to be able to continue to turn around and point out who your parent is. Past a certain age, society doesn't care, nor do they feel sorry. And for some reason, with chocolate babies, it seemed quick that can go down quick. You ain't 19 my ass. You could be, oh, forgive me, 19 my behind, but you could
Good
be
catch. Good catch.
prosecuted quite quickly, and it will never reach quite 15. So I think it's interesting that sometimes that songs and emulations can go too far. There's got to be a line. It's something that you emulate. But yeah, stupidity and rap labels haven't been far from each other. If one is paid to do it, then the lyrics are already written. It's really you're being a performer. So what do I know? What if she's got a contract? She's either gonna perform it or not. So that's what it goes to. You want the check, don't you? You go say whatever they put on that paper, homie, is what it is. If that's propaganda, then it's propaganda at a very high level. But they already know who the target market is.
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a surprise. So if you're getting whipped by the same surprise that is, I know, gained at least, hell, if we're gonna say the '90s, at least somewhere we got to be approaching at least adulthood in this arena. So if we know who we're targeting, and we don't know what are we doing to what is our anti message? You already know what the other half is doing. Get the bag. That's what the other half is doing. So what's the anti-message? It has to come from inside the community so they know that there's an anti-message in the community. Because once you become the face of something, you'll fight that more than you'll fight the actual problem, and you'll get lost in it. Because a lot of people are getting lost in this foolishness we're not even a part of sometimes. But that's my opinion.
I I agree with everything that said. The sad part is that we are so comfortable with the worst type of music
Well,
that it doesn't even phase no more. Because unfortunately, this is what a lot of the times we are listening to. What are we listening to? We are listening to, music from the hood. Like everybody comes from the hood. Everybody is not from the hood. They the black community. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. The black community. We started hearing stuff like NWA. We were hearing Ice T. We were hearing Uncle Luke, and we were hearing all of that, and stuff like Run DMC, stuff like Will Smith back in the day. Fresh Prince and stuff. Kid and Play, like all of that music like that. Everybody was like, "Nah, we don't want to hear that stuff no more. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear, we want to hear, Easy E. We want to hear Ice Cube. We want to hear Dr. Dre. We want to hear Snoop. We want to hear Nate. We want to hear Tupac. We want to hear Biggie. We want to hear the streets as if every Negro was from the streets. You are not. And when they talked about stuff, they were talking about the experiences that they went through. They were talking about the stuff that they had to deal with. And somewhere along the lines, we started making music go from this is what we experienced to we are now glorifying what it is that is in the street. Well, they just telling the story of the street. They just telling the story of life. No, because not everybody who's talking about it is from that. And so now we have created this narrative that this is the only thing that we got. This is it. Oh, we could talk about this. Oh, kill this nigga, shoot this nigga, stab this nigga, rob this nigga, sleep with this chick, mess with this chick, do this to this chick, do that to this chick. And now where we got talk, 'cause I'm not about to sit here and say I didn't listen to rap music. I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. We had, I'm gonna be real, let's just call it what it is. We had the dopest music back in those days. You could actually understand what these Negroes was talking about.
Really?
Nowadays, but we got taught, hey, this right here is not a lifestyle. This is not nothing that you want to live. Even the people who was rapping about it was like, dude, I don't want my kids to live this. I'm talking about what I've been through, but I don't want them to live it.
Wait, hold on. May I interject just for a
Go for it.
moment? At what point? Okay, okay. So let's step back for a second. At what point does it come from listening to music to emulation? Because emulation is a representation of your community. Just to be
It
fair,
it
one just listen. Okay, I'll try to give you an example. I'll give you an example. Have you seen Boys in the Hood?
I have.
Okay. There's a scene in there where there's a nigga in the back of a car with a double barrel shotgun. You remember that scene? Kind of remember that dude?
Kind of.
Okay. Okay.
It's
He
been a minute
died.
since I've
That
seen it.
He
dude,
died.
that dude was not a gangster before that movie. But
Nope, but he
but
became one.
some but somewhere after that movie,
Are you talking about the dude who shot
he
Ricky?
Yeah, he
correct.
died.
Yeah,
He
he
died in the
died.
Yeah,
streets.
he
Yeah.
died. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because he thought he was a
That
gangster.
dude became a thug times 10 after that movie. He no longer emulated it. He became it. He went from 0 to 60 looking for a movie part to, yep, let me be that in real life. Let me do that in real life. It got down. So I always think that some people say, oh, they was just listening to it. I'm like, well, I would like to say some do, but some of them Negroes were
Yeah.
listen.
Well, because
They
Well,
went
here's a
way
no,
past
here's
zero
the
to
flip.
60.
Here's the other side of the coin. So two other actors from Hollywood that were in big movies had similar situations, but they weren't from that side of the track at all either. So the bully, the girl, remember the movie Rebound when Martin was the basketball coach for the
yeah, but
youth basketball
yeah,
team?
she was that though. She was that.
She was she was about that life.
Yeah, she
And
was
then when
that.
she got
She was
done with
that.
that movie, she ended up dying in the streets because she went back to that life because that's where she came from, right? Well, here's
Okay.
another one. Remember Robert Townsend's TV show, the family show where he had the little boy and the little girl, and
Yeah.
dang, I can't.
Parent
Yeah, okay,
in the not
Parenthood.
parenthood. Yeah.
Yeah, it was called the Parenthood. The little
Okay.
boy who played Robert Townsend's son came from a very good home. Had both parents lived in somewhat of a rough neighborhood, but he came from a very good background and then grew up to be a killer. He's in prison right now for killing somebody.
Did he do it?
And he's covered in tattoos as well, bro, from head
No,
to
you
toe.
thinking of the dude
Look,
from
look.
Hughley's.
I'm not.
The
I'm not gonna
Hughleys.
say
That was the
that.
That's what you thinking
Hughleys.
of the dude from
That,
There,
that was the
Hughley's.
that was the Hughleys. You're right. That
Yeah,
was the
okay.
Hughley's.
Hughleys.
So there is a certain line of emulation that isn't emulation anymore.
Yeah.
There's a certain line where you go from buying Nazi symbols to getting tattoos to going to meetings to planning out
Well,
the
this
problem.
because I mean it's still a choice. That's what I'm saying. You can hear it, what you
Yeah.
choose to do with it. That's what I'm saying. We got told, hey, this is just entertainment. A lot of these
Right.
cats that's talking a lot of this stuff, this ain't they ain't that. A lot of these Negroes
Well,
ain't that. We got told it was entertainment. These
True.
these folks ain't necessarily getting told. But again,
well, yeah.
but this is what I'm saying because people will take a story. This is where I would even say it in this. When you take a story and you hear what somebody did, in your mind you'll go, "Oh, I can do that too." I can do this too. That's why let's take the song. She talking about stealing. How many people steal? How many videos do we see where folk are stealing? They running it up in the stores. They running in as groups. They taking thousands of dollars worth of clothes, worth of shoes, worth of
No.
phones, whatever. Like just think about it. A couple of days ago, some fools ran into a fireworks store and stole hundreds of dollars worth of fireworks. Like what she's talking about is stuff that people do on a regular basis. The sad part
So,
is where folk think that okay, everybody's doing it, so I'm gonna make the song, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just a vibe. Like,
so let me hold on. Well, hold on. I want to be clear. So she has okay. So nothing more than a disconnect to the collective. If the disconnect is you're adding to a pool of stupidity where people support the behavior and don't support the consequence or have a conversation, then I agree with that. But at the same time, what okay, to hold that idiot accountable for doing idiot things is like holding a priest accountable for doing priestly things. It's like what at what point? The problem is, why do we glorify that? You
be,
get paid for the platform. Why do
because
you glorify it?
oh, I don't do it. I had a whole conversation about this. I was gonna do a podcast with y'all actually on this whole entire thing, but it's like we demonize good and we glorify evil. Why? Because now it's a little bit of the spiritual. Because we are sinful natured.
Okay.
We are born into sin, and that's what it is. But when you think about it, dude, we look to destroy good. We look to literally, like, anytime we sit here, think about when somebody is doing good. What's the first thing that we try to do? Destroy their reputation. Or you'll hear people be like, yeah, you know what? Soon as somebody falls, the first thing that everybody goes is, well, see, I knew something wasn't right about them. I knew, like, they cannot accept, like, good has to be perfect. Everything good has to be perfect. And then it's like the moment that is not perfect, the moment, like, when you look at preachers, when a preacher falls, people be like, oh, that's supposed to be a man of God. That's supposed to be so. And it's like, but he wasn't perfect. It's like he's
No.
still human. He
Right.
made a mistake. Like, there's one thing to sit here and be like, hey, he made a mistake. He slips up. It happens. Well, shoot,
Right.
I knew he supposed to be a man of God, and here it is. We quick. Oh, all pastors are like that. But just
Y'all
as
burn them.
soon as, but now, just as soon as your cousin, you know this nigga been in the streets for years. This nigga ain't never had a job. This nigga been slinging dope literally since he was 17 years old. This nigga goes to jail. Man, they need to free my cousin Little Nuck Nuck, man. He ain't even do nothing like that. Man, free Nuck
Uh,
Nuck now. Nigga, Nuck Nuck been messing up since he was 17. He 46. You mean to sit here and tell me at no point, like, why are we saying free Nuck Nuck? No, Nuck Nuck need to be in jail. Nuck Nuck need to be in jail. What are we talking about
you
freeing
call that
Nuck
life.
Nuck for? We
You call that life.
glorify, we look to destroy good because if good is not perfect, then it's not actually good to us. But
All right, listen.
evil, we're comfortable with because it's like, well, you know, I mean, we can justify it. Well, you know, he had to feed his family. There's a 9 to 5. He may
See,
not make
that's
what he
where I,
make in the street,
and,
but
but that's where they got it twisted, and that's where they start moving the goalposts too far. Okay, and see, my thing is that's kind of what rap hip hop was based off of, the struggle. It was based off of the fact that a lot of folk didn't have nothing to eat, their mamas didn't have jobs, their daddies was gone, or was was absent or in jail, whatever the case may be, right? That's what hip hop was based off of, right? In the beginning of the '80s hip hop, that '70s hip hop, that was all about partying. Think
that's it.
about it. Look at how the sound of music changed between the '60s and the '80s. That's a 20-year gap, okay? The '60s was about solidarity, soul brother, soul sister, coming together, right? That's
Yep.
what it was about. Unity, right? The '70s was more of a, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when the '70s started dying down from the party, the children of the corn from the '70s that grew up in the '80s, that was of age in the '80s, wanted to talk about more of the struggle that they was actually experiencing on a different level, which is really the '60s all over again in hip hop form. You see what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
don't forget, before Tupac was Thug, Tupac was talking about police violence against black people.
He
He
was
was really,
a Black
low
Panther.
key. Exactly, he
He
was
was a
low
Black
key
Panther. His mother
Black
was a Black
Panther.
Panther. Yeah, he was a Black
He,
Panther.
but he was low key the Black Panther's first hip hop artist industry wise.
Yeah.
Think of right. Okay, so he was essentially the one and only Black Panther hip hop artist, right? Don't on the other side you had KRS One and Boogie Down Productions, him and
Mm-hmm.
Scholar Rock. They were talking about the same thing that Tupac was talking about, but in had a different delivery.
Yep.
Okay, now in the same state, but in a different part of the state, you had Chuck D, Flavor Flav,
Mm-hmm.
and Professor X, what we know as Public
Public
Enemy.
Enemy. Yep.
And Public Enemy was talking about the same thing, injustice, and what we were dealing with in our struggle, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's think about the other hip hop artists that were out there before then, because let the truth be told, NWA's first hit record was gangster music, but NWA's one of their biggest hits was F the Police,
Yep.
which is talking about the same thing. Now, let's put into context the Ghetto Boys. We're going to slide them in there. We're going everywhere around the map because if we remember the Midwest, Twister was a lot of what the Muslims say when they greet each other, alaikum
Salam
salam and
alaikum.
all of that. He was kicking knowledge, but super fast.
Yeah. What's the
Ghetto
name?
Boys
Rakim
was
was like
doing
that too.
Rakim,
Then Rakim was low key, but
but
I'm you
Rakim
know what I
is.
meant, kicking the knowledge on it.
But here's the difference between Rakim and them. Rakim is a 5%er, just like Big Daddy Kane, 5% Nation artist, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they were all. What I'm getting at is they were all kicking knowledge. All the artists that we grew up on in the '80s was really kicking knowledge and putting medicine in the candy in all of their music. Think about every other song on these artists' tracks were either party songs or something for the streets. They put a little something for the streets, but everything was mostly kicking knowledge, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
problem with that is after they came together and did the Crip and the Bloods and the GDs and the Vice Lords and Blackstones, the era of everybody beefing in gangs was really official. What did they do? They came together, artists from every coast of the country, Florida, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, the South, they all came together and did what? Made a song called We All in the Same Gang. Right? You remember that? We will
I
never
remember
get
that one.
that ever again. You know why? Because everybody picked up that mentality from Menace to Society. Remember, he had him in the driveway. He said, "We supposed to be brothers." Oh, you trying to kick knowledge? You trying to kick knowledge? Give me that. 2 seconds of a movie flipped the coin on a whole generation. Because guess what? When you put that type of music on, what they say, man, you trying to kick knowledge, OG? Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Play something for the hood. Okay, you want to hear something for the hood? Here's something for the hood. But on the other side of this glorified story that you don't understand is that somebody dying, somebody going to prison, and somebody ain't gonna never see the light of day again on
Mm-hmm.
both sides of that equation, right? Somebody's family gonna cry, and somebody's family gonna cry forever. Somebody's family only gonna cry
But they
for a
accept it.
season.
But they accept it.
But you're gonna accept it and
You're gonna
say,
accept it.
free this, free that. Wait a minute. So that means not only do we glorify crime in our culture, we don't respect it. We don't respect one of the main commandments that God gave us. Do not kill.
Don't steal, don't kill. We
Don't
don't we
steal.
don't honor.
Like,
But let's be honest. That's because let's be honest. Because in our community, everything is a question. Well, man, this got passed down to us. This ain't real. This ain't my religion. This ain't. But dude, it comes from where you say you from.
but the crazy thing about it is, but all right. So you won't accept it as religion, but it's also a law. So you don't you ain't gonna
Dude,
accept it as a law
well,
neither, right?
here,
Okay.
but they don't because we've found a way. Like I said, we glorify evil. How many? Think about it. When we were growing up, how many cats were sitting there like, man, I got to go to jail. Man, if I go to jail, nigga, man. I don't care, man, nigga. That's rep for me. That's a rep for me because I'm in jail. I got a record. Like why? Like they used to glorify going to jail. And then Tupac told these niggas, he's like, man, I don't want to be here. He's like, dude, they tell you when to eat, they tell you when to sleep, they tell you when to get up. He's like, man, I don't want to be here. But that's where a lot of these man nigga, we can go to jail, nigga. I make music for the dudes in the pen. It's like, bruh, I don't I do not want to. I get trying to tell these dudes keep their heads up, but I also want to tell you, nigga, don't commit the crime to get there. Like why in the world do I gotta sit here? Like I get trying to uplift and keep them together. I'm cool. Okay, bet. But at the same time, nigga, I want to tell you, don't sit here and do the crime to get there.
Um, I have a question.
Go for it.
So there isn't such a divide in community, but there is a divide in our ideology, which divides our community. Now, some people think that's belief. I don't know. That may be for some people, but I do have this thing. So for some reason, prison has its own culture. Prison has its own
Mm-hmm.
conversation. Prison has its own respect, its own code of conduct, if you will.
Yep.
Society does too. So if a brother out here, in which I wish that many brothers didn't go there, but it's weird because when you go there, I mean, I think it's interesting. People don't know. I go, the code of conduct is different. What if you don't know shit? What if you don't know? No, you don't know what you're doing. You just here because you stole money. You just
Right.
here. You just in a culture you know nothing about because you decided to steal money. You have no idea if you are unsafe. You have no idea if you're in a good position or a bad position. You have no idea how to read your environment. And many people who come out of prison feel a way about how people respond. And I go, unless you can turn that on, whatever it is that birds do, that dogs do, where many different types can get together and go, okay, it's either survival or not. And for some reason, black people have a lot of objectives in that way. Like we believe in it, but we just don't believe in sharing it. It's like having good logic, but believing it. I don't have to share that logic, but it's like,
It,
what you?
I would be honest, dude. I think we have our problem is we think we are so enlightened that we don't have to listen to nothing. I think that's really one of
Well,
our biggest flaws.
interesting.
We think because we all this is what we all say. Well, it all started with us. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody else took it from us. Okay. Well, here's the problem. We can't tell you nothing. You feel like because it started with you that you know everything. But you don't even know we don't know 90% of the stuff that we
Heck no.
actually
Heck
done.
no.
We don't know
Heck.
90. Like we're reading books just to find out 10 to 15% of what we've already done. And God forbid when we walk into a little bit of knowledge, oh, you can't tell us nothing. Can you? I mean, dude, that's why we sit here now. The first thing that come out of everybody's mouth is, well, I got this degree. I got this degree. I got this certificate. What you got? What does it matter? I'll say this. Y'all have heard me say this. I got 2 degrees. Nigga, they don't mean nothing to me. In my opinion, it was just somebody seeing how dumb I was to spend thousands of dollars on a piece of parchment. That's all it really was. Cause I'm gonna be real. You can go to school and get 110 degrees and still be broke. You can
Facts.
literally go to school. You can literally go to school and read every book and still be the dumbest nigga on the street. Because all of this information that you have, if it's not applicable, what does it matter? We are a culture who, yeah, we can blame some things on history. The other part has got to be us. We will sit here and we blame the white man, we'll blame systems, we'll blame the fact that we were torn away from our countries and all of that stuff. Fine, cool. But that's this part. What about the part of why we keep falling for the same trap? I'm looking at India Ari's response to Spin That. Because they did it at the BET Awards, I think, and they was basically karaoke. She said, I finally realized that not everybody wants to be free. Not everybody wants to get free. She says, and it was a very, very rude awakening. Shaking my head because the mass acceptance of this song is a crystal clear sign of this much bigger truth. The fact that we can sit here and go, you know what, man, everybody just don't want it. There are some folk who are comfortable. And it's just, let's just call it what it is. There are some folk comfortable going to hell. They're comfortable. They're not gonna get off the train. They're not going to change anything that they do. They do all of the wrong. They laugh at all of the wrong stuff. They do all of the wrong stuff. They're comfortable. And they think it's all funny because it's just, oh, well, it's just a song. Oh, it's just a lifestyle. Well, YOLO, you only live once. Do whatever it is. Make this life the most enjoyable thing. Fine. Okay. But you're comfortable. You're comfortable going down. And then when somebody says, hey, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be this way. But let's sit here and try to give some context. Let's sit here and try to say, okay, hey, this stuff is too far. This stuff is too far. You get niggas like Trick Daddy. Man, whatever, you just mad because your music ain't popping like that. Bro, you over here look like Esther Roll after a bad surgery.
Yeah.
And you trying to crack on the chick who's more, like, let's be real, more talented.
Back.
Like, dude, she can play her music. Like, she can sit and go on the stage and play her music. She don't need nobody behind her to do nothing. She can walk out on the stage, play and sing her music. And if she wanted to, she could poetry, which what rap is, ain't nothing but a rhyme and beat scheme. Nigga, you think she can't do that? So she literally 10 times more talented than you. And you gonna sit here and be like, yeah, you just mad because your time passed. No, bro, she's saying, I see a problem. I see an issue within our culture. I see that we need to have a conversation about some stuff. I see that we don't need to glorify certain things anymore because guess what? We see how they're reacting. Think about it. They talking about black fatigue. Now, mind you, white folk killing folk left and right. You got a president who's the ditziest nigga in captivity. If I asked him to probably spell his name, he probably couldn't. You got lawmakers that's pacifying him. Your money going down the drain left and right. Every time you look up, there's a different murder somewhere. But y'all talking about black fatigue. You talking about you mad because black folk are like, these are problems and situations that would need to be addressed. But they're fine. They're fine showing every black fight. They're fine showing black folk steal. They're comfortable with showing all of this stuff. It ain't that white folk ain't stealing. It ain't that white folk ain't killing. It ain't that white folk ain't doing dumb stuff. They just like making a nigga the poster boy for it. Mm-hmm. And she's telling you, in our community, we have to be more aware. We have to be more aware because they are always ready to pounce on us. So let's not make certain things a prominent view of it. Let's not sit here and amplify certain things. Let's actually sit here and be like, hey, yo, let's not talk about that in this season. Let's try to fix and heal all of this stuff because that's what she sings about. That's what she talks about. She talks about black unity. She talks about people coming together. So that's what she's saying. And the very first thing that every nigga was like, nah, man, she got a problem with it. This, that, and that. Why she out here? Why she criticizing this younger stuff? We gotta quit with this, man. We are irresponsible, bro. I'm sorry. In this moment, that's the best words I can come out with. We are irresponsible sometimes as a culture. I don't care how much we want to sit here and talk about musically. I don't care how good we want to talk about artistry. I don't want to even give a crap about what we talk about when it comes to intellect. We are so freaking immature. We are negligent. We are idiots when it comes to certain stuff because we'll sit here and when somebody tries to be like, hey, yo, it ain't that I'm trying to mess up the fun, and I'm not trying to be the wet blanket, but I'm looking at the world that we're living in, and at this point in time, how many people are against us? We see what they are trying to do. We see how they're trying to take the country back. We see how they're trying to maneuver us. We see how they're promoting us. Hey, let's, instead of promoting this, let's promote this. Let's promote not doing crimes. We are the mass majority in jail. We make up 13% of this freaking country, but we make up over 50%, 60% of jail. What is our numbers in jail? Because there's millions of us in there. I don't even know the
I
numbers no
know
more.
it is, but I don't know. It's okay. So it's broken. I mean, you talk about local, state, federal. So 40% seems high.
I'm
It
about to
seems
look it up.
high.
I know I might have
Okay.
exaggerated, so I'm about to look it
I
up.
was like, I don't know if we got those numbers. You know how many people you would need to have those numbers?
Let me see.
37%. 37% of the incarcerated population is African Americans.
Okay.
That's in prisons and jails, while making up roughly 13% of the U.S. population. In federal facilities, you're looking at 38.4.
Yep. Okay, I was gonna say Black Americans make up about 38%. So this is a Google AI view. So
40%. So
so
forty
yeah,
percent.
Black Americans make up about 38% of the federal prison population, and an estimate of 32% of sentenced state and federal prisoners. In local jails, black people make up approximately 26% of the population. Overall black adults are vastly overrepresented compared to their 13% share of the US general population. So yeah. So I was way over. I was super over. But still
True.
38%.
Right. Not good.
Still not good.
Not
And
good
we're only
numbers.
13% of the population in America.
White
So
women are more than you. Hundreds of thousands more than you. 100
so
million or something like
Well,
that.
see, one thing before we pivot, the one thing I want to point out is that I've heard a lot of people say things about India Ari as far as her career and her ability to sing and write songs and do it all on her own. Everybody always just talks about the musical part of her influence. Let's not forget that this woman wrote a song back in the late 90s called I Am Not My Hair.
mhm.
And that song was more than just a hit record, a timeless classic. That was an empowerment. That was a movement for all women of color across the nation as well as the world to be comfortable in their own skin and wear their hair how they want to. And the reason why a lot of these women walking around with these natural hairdos right now that are in that age bracket is because NDIRE landed that message and it hit with them so, to the point they are comfortable with wearing just a burst fade. You know
Bro.
what I'm saying? Some of them done went completely bald and cut all their hair off. Remember, T.I. actually had a song on one of his albums where they actually used to do skits at the end of the song, and Mike Epps was on one of them songs on one of the skits at the end of the song. He said, "Girl, what's wrong with you? Done cut all your hair off listening to this, getting in touch with your inner side, and now your hair look like a dirty tennis ball." Like, and that
Yeah.
was a play off of, that was kind of a play off of that whole movement. But the fact is, she did more than just write hit records. She empowered women that look like her to be who you are and be comfortable in your own skin and be comfortable with how you look. And, but be classy at the same time.
Dude,
So
that
she gave y'all more than just hit records. And the fact that these younger girls that don't know what her legacy and what her career was built on, they don't even know her right there to be judging her. They only judging because they like what they say. They only listening to respond. They not listening to understand.
but
So if you knew who you was talking to versus who you talking about, then you would probably understand why she feels that way because it feels. Look at it like this: if Martin Luther King was alive right now, he'd be like, "Dang, what,
bro,
bruh,
I'm gonna be honest.
dang."
I'm gonna be
You see
honest
what I'm
with you.
saying?
If Martin Luther King was alive, nigga, they'd be talking about how he was cheating. Like, let's be like, they're going to look. We're going to
Of
look.
course.
Anybody. The sad part is anybody who tries to say good is the enemy. Anybody who promotes horrible and bad, anybody who promotes bad, oh, that's just a party song. It's just a song. We write it off and we chuck it up to, oh, it's just a song. It don't mean nothing. Like, why y'all tripping so much, man? That's what's wrong, y'all old heads. Think about when we were younger, bro. When our parents used to be like, man, y'all music don't make sense. Man,
Well, it
y'all
was a
listening to all of this
difference.
stuff. Like,
It
because
was a
but that we
difference.
do it. I'm just saying, generationally, That's what we tend to do. We'll sit here and
Sure.
we'll go, man, your music ain't this. Now, in all fairness, I will say, I will say music nowadays has gone, I don't know, cause and I'm saying this as a
It took a
musician. Now I'm
nosedive.
being honest. I'm saying walk can identify because he spins
It
track. Aaron,
it take a
Aaron, you are a hip
nosedive.
hop historian. So we all got our hits in music. I don't know what the heck music is nowadays. I don't. I knew music. I'm gonna tell you when I knew music was cooked. When I was in high school and the snap your fingers era happened. I knew music was cooked then.
But but
I
bro,
did.
it's
I
some good
did. I
snap
knew
tracks
music
out there
was
though.
over then, bro,
Bro,
because
listen here.
we had 15
Even
songs with the same with the same, like nobody
listen,
did nothing different. Everybody was like, it's like that in the 80s. No. LL,
bro.
Rakim, and Chuck D could have the same beat, but their rhyme scale was nothing of the same. To have the snap
True.
your fingers era, think about it, bro. Laffy Taffy, lean with it, rock with it, snap your fingers.
Those were good songs, except
Bro,
Laffy
yeah, they
Taffy. I
were
didn't
good,
really
but
care for that, but
bro,
the other
they
two
all
were
did
hit
the same
records
thing. I
though.
knew music was over. I knew music was
Hey,
over when every
but
time we got on the bus, every time we got on the bus, and all you heard was That's all you heard. All you heard was this. Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy, girl. Only
bruh,
thing that keeps me up
but
when I'm
see,
feeling
but
down. I don't know
again,
about you, but bruh,
listen here. But you talking about music that came out in like what 2005,
yo,
2000,
and it was
2003,
done,
between 2005. But
and it
see,
was over.
that's
It was
what
over.
you all were listening to. You
It
got
was
to
over.
think what album dropped in 2003 that shook the whole world up that made people not listening to that music.
I don't know what
Get
you're talking
Rich or
about.
Die Trying, sir.
Well, yeah, but and
Get
that's
Rich or
what
Die
every
Trying was the album of the year.
yeah, and a lot of
We
Negroes died behind it,
It was more music. What I'm saying is
and a lot
that's
of
the
people died
music.
behind it.
That's the music. You got to remember, there's like a 10-year gap almost between me and you.
Yeah,
So the music that you were listening to, yeah, we heard it, but we only listened to that when we was like in the club or something like that. That was club music to us adults at that time. Back then,
it was
we
trash
was
music to
still
me.
listen. Bro, back then, that was probably trash to you because it was a 10-year gap.
No, I'm saying,
To
bro,
us,
Get Rich. I was there, dude. 50 when 50 came out with Get Rich Die Trying, dude. I was in school. I heard
right?
Get Rich or Die Trying. The movie
But
came out when I was in school. I'm you, bro. Now you know me and music now, bro. I go all the way back to the 40s with a song.
But what I'm saying is that you gotta understand in 2003 albums that was released back then there were way more albums than that we were actually listening to. Jay-Z even dropped I think that was the Black album.
dude,
Uh,
I'm not
uh,
saying you didn't
uh,
have the blue.
uh,
Dude, you had Blueprint too. You
we
had
had better music to listen to.
But
It's
but
just
was
that,
it? Here's what I'm saying though, bro. I'm not sitting here saying, dude, I had blue. I do. My cousin, if any, everybody know I got a cousin, man, and music is all this dude does. I was, I ain't gonna, incriminate myself, but I had access to music, and therefore I listened to everything. So every album that pretty much could do it. I had UGK, I had Kanye West, I had the Jay
allegedly, huh?
Z, I had Jay Z's Blueprint Black album. I had dude, if it was coming out, bro, there was an access to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
So
Rick Ross, I had all of it. What I'm saying,
so
Young
at the
Jeezy, all of it. What I'm
All I'm
saying is,
pointing out
bro,
is that in 2003, when Snap Music, well, 2004, when Snap Music hit the market, that was not the decline of hip hop because
it,
even after that, we still
bro,
had albums
I'm
that was slapping up until
to me,
2011.
I'm telling you, this is where I said music started going down because after all of that, bro. Okay, well, fine then. I ask you this question: when did music
Okay,
officially go down?
2012.
To you too late. To me, that's too late.
Nah,
Too
nah,
late.
because you gonna just XLK that. The Kendrick don't matter, J. Cole and them don't matter, none of
Dude,
that don't
no,
matter, right?
you're talking about the exceptions. You can
Oh,
name. You're talking about exceptions. I'm not saying
Drake,
you. I'm
even
just
Drake
saying
was
no. This
still
is what I'm
smacking
saying.
back then.
You're talking about exceptions.
Wayne,
I'm talking about mass. But Wayne been kicking since the '90s with big timers, bro.
Wayne is
That's
yeah,
not
Wayne
the
is 50
same.
years
Like
in.
that's not the same to me. Wayne was 13 years old and made up
Rapping
a
with
whole
grown
word,
ups.
bling. Like bling bling was Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
So it's Wayne has been rich since he was 11. Wayne just everybody else just got on the Little Wayne train in the 2000s, but Wayne was with big timers and all of them, dude. So that's different to me. I remember Little Wayne when that nigga was actually little.
Okay. So
You
you
feel?
so just
So
so all
it's
I'm getting to is that you cannot say hip hop declined
I bro.
in 2003.
I can say hip hop declined. For me it declined because when everything commercial, it's the same exact thing. When I gotta go buy the album, and I can only go buy certain dudes' albums to hear something different. Like think about it, bro. I gotta go out and buy Outkast album because Outkast didn't sound like nobody else. Yeah, you gotta go buy a T.I. album because nobody else sounded like a T.I. Like everything else as stuff started to get out there, and dude, it wasn't no 2003, dude. I graduated in '09, so it was way after 2003. So I'm just saying is when you're saying I got to go listen to certain people, when you're saying I got to go find the exception, like even when you saying Kendrick, you're think about it. You talk about Kendrick, you talk about Childish Gambino. For me, in the recent, you got Kendrick, Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, and then who? Yeah, you can say Drake, but I'm gonna be honest, he ain't beating or J. Cole. He ain't, J. Cole now. But that think about that, dude. I'm talking about five dudes. There's 59 rappers every week. There's 59 different rappers every week. Like these niggas will come out with one song and then it's 59 different rappers a week. And dude, you telling me that I gotta sit here and I can only pick out five niggas? And then before them, it was what Ti, Outkast. It was even with 50. 50 didn't beat Kanye West. 50 is not really that great of a rapper. Like let's just be very honest. Now he's a heck of a businessman. Now business, I will put now business wise that nigga is untouchable. Like I will say creative and business. I don't think that there's a dude in the music game that really even wants to compete with that dude. But when you sitting here and you're saying musically, 50 was not that great of a rapper. He only had that Get Rich or Die Trying. That was pretty much his best record. But after that, he wasn't that great of a rapper. I'm just saying it in the sense of when it goes to music, we have music went down. Dude, you're on mute, bro. If you're going to
Bro, that's crazy. You just sat there and just threw 50 a straight like that, man.
I
Like,
didn't. Bro, he
had
did.
all three of his albums went platinum, G, a
Bro, it's
couple
not. But
times.
dude, you're talking about music in the time where CDs were not selling like that no more. CDs stopped really selling when music started streaming. When we went to iPads, when they went to iPods, bro, music wasn't. We wasn't buying CDs like that. Like CDs, really, people really don't. Dude, you got to think. Like I said, I was there after '09, after like '09 to about 2011, bro. CD sales were down. They were we
That's true.
people were not buying CDs like that. So dude,
That's
they
true.
lowered
It
they
was too
lowered
easy to get them. It
yeah,
was too easy to bootleg.
but people were we iPods, you had iPods, you had Zoom, you had streaming services. So you didn't have to go buy the record. So they changed what it took to actually sell records. So like if somebody sold like 10,000 records, that was a platinum record. Like it wasn't what it once was. Like it wasn't that because there was just so many different accesses to it. So 50, yeah, he might have went diamond because I sold 10,000 albums. It wasn't, it wasn't the same. Where I will say, like I said, I won't say he's the greatest rapper because, like I said, Kanye, let's be real. I like 50. I would never want beef with this dude. would never want 50 just got too much time to beef. Like 50's one of those dudes who would literally sit down, write a movie script, and then be like, "Hey, yo," and do something just because he can. So I would never want beef with the dude. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if I'm going to say as a rapper, who am I going? Who did he beat? Like, would he beat a Kendrick? No. Would he beat? Would he beat Kanye? He didn't. Even if he were to go again, I'm not a Jay-Z fan anymore. I'll be honest. I'm just not. I'm not. But even if you went bar for bar with Jay, if he went bar for bar with Nas, if he went bar to bar with Chance the Rapper or Childish Gambino, is he? If he went bar to bar with Wayne, who he beating? So that's what I'm
All
saying.
I'm saying
He definitely
is
ain't beating
that
Andre 3000. He definitely ain't beating Andre 3000. He
I'm
definitely is not beating Little. He's definitely not beating Eminem.
all I'm saying is that
I'm just saying. I'm
look,
just saying. That's not a straight.
I'm only trying to land two wheels on the ground on this plane.
I I'm sorry, you skid it. You skid it. I'm just saying I was there.
All I'm trying to do is land two wheels on this
Hey, it's
plane.
skidded. That's all I'm
Hip
saying.
hop
Music
Hip hop
stop.
was positive until the wrong hands got in the cookie jar and molded all the cookies. Now everybody want to be a killer, everybody want to be a
Because
thug, and everybody promoting craziness where there's other music that you can
be,
promote,
because it
but the people that
sells.
control everything,
What
yeah, it
what was the
sells, and
dude?
who gets all the money. It's not the people that makes all the records because they don't really get as much money as we think they do.
But they're ghostwriters, though. Let's be real. Let's call the game what it is. Most of these cats are not
Yeah.
writing their own lyrics.
Nah, nah. A
So
lot of
right,
people
so I
writing
got
the
a
songs
ghostwriter.
for him.
So that's what I'm saying. If there was a guy there, I cannot think of this dude's name. It's a white
Mike
guy.
Miller? No, no. You
No,
said
it's a
Mike
white
Miller.
dude. It's and he talked about music, and he was like, he said basically they controlled the narrative to where, um, music is got to be one thing. So you can't put positive rap out there. Anything that has a positive rap is done. They will not play it like that. They will not give it traction. They will
And
only
that's
play
the reason
music.
why you got to search for Coach Contra
Right.
for
That's
them
so,
popping
so
up
they're
on your
like
feed.
anything that's a conscious rap, they won't promote. They will only promote like the gangster rap. They only promote killing and stuff like that. They said because the
Genocide.
music industry does not. They know what they're doing. They're trying to make sure that the black community never comes out of that. And they say even though white kids, because that's where a lot of that's who buys more rap than anybody. More people who literally sits here and listen to more rap is white kids. I guarantee you right now,
Hmm.
we want to talk about the black kids who can rap, spin that. Go to a white party. Think about it. They
They
were at a
doing
football
worse.
game. They were at a
They be
football
doing
game
the
doing
worst.
swag and surf. And it was an all white school, and they were doing swag and surf. And the white guy was
I've
like,
seen
and
this
they say
before. Yeah,
white people don't have culture, sir. You were
man, bro,
literally
listen
doing
here.
swag and surf. That was
They buy
not you.
they they buy more, like you said, they buy more records than we do. They hold on to more records than we do. The crazy thing about it is I've DJ'd events where individuals in the event, I was probably one of four black people in the entire event. And when I dropped like something heavy with some hip hop, they was like, "Yeah, it took you long enough." It's like, wait a minute, Stu.
Bro, they
Wait a
like rap.
minute.
Dude, I guarantee you they can rap it better right now. I bet you Little Wayne, I bet you right now, if I was to go like if I could time travel and go back to like 2010 and play a Little Wayne song at a white party, I guarantee you all of them can know all the words, bro. I don't know all the words to a Little Wayne song, and I guarantee you they would know every last word. That's because they are the
It would
biggest
have been
consumer.
ambitions as a writer. That would have been it. The ambitions as a is if you'd have played ambitions as a writer, that'd have been
That,
it.
yeah, it was
That's it.
actually, to be fair, it was gin and juice. That's what kicked it off.
Bro.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that
I
whole
played Snoop, and then the dude rolled up on me off beating everything and was like,
first of all,
"Took you
it
long
had to
enough,
be
bro," and
it
bounced
had
back,
to
and I was
be
like, "Wow."
what was the entry song? It had to be Becky. It had to be look at her butt. You
Oh
remember
Yeah,
no,
that?
I
Sir Mix
remember.
a
Yeah.
Lot.
Oh
Sir Mix a
yeah.
Lot.
That was the one. That was
Yeah,
they couldn't get enough.
Bro.
Oh please.
Dude,
yeah.
now you but let's be real, you got more white folk who can twerk better than half of these black chicks. And it let's because they consume the culture. The reality is though, let's be real. They'll consume our culture. I ain't saying they want to they will take the parts they like of us and they'll leave the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is
that's what
what
I'm
we
saying.
do.
We will sit here and take everything. We will amplify the worst parts of it and then be like, "Yep, that's just a part of it."
No,
And
no,
it's like, "No, it's like
mm-mm.
we get it,
Absolutely not,
but
sir.
we can strain it.
Mm-mm.
Like if
Absolutely not.
everybody else can
Nope.
strain us.
Mm-mm.
No
No,
what?
I refuse to accept that. No, sir. No, sir.
What?
No,
We don't accept the worst part?
no, we don't, because that's the
Mm.
kind. Look, you know less about slavery than you think, and the truth is, you can go out here planning and saying all you want, but that doesn't mean that you can build a castle that'll last any longer than the tide. You just have to take your moments. There's no such thing as me being a part of both cultures. There's no look. You can be a subculture of African culture. Go for it. And I believe music after a while becomes a subculture because I'm not really in that moment. And yes, some songs I'll be like, yeah, I remember when that came out. Man, that's yeah, I got you. I got you. But again, when you put emphasis into it like you were in that moment, like dog, I don't know where your headspace is. But me from that man that you listen to that song, very different. Me to the man I am now. Yeah, it's rare that I listen to music like I really want to hear. Cause sometimes, honestly, bro, it ain't talking about nothing. It ain't really
No,
talking about nothing. Like if I'm
I,
sitting down, I'm sitting down. But you ain't talking about nothing.
I
You
don't
got a
listen to
lot of
rap.
brothers out here.
I mean
They'll
I don't listen to
condemn
today's
something.
music. I'll be
They
honest.
just want to condemn something. You want to condemn something. I get that. You want to condemn behavior. Okay. I agree. How do you condemn something without glorifying it? I agree with not glorifying it. Have the discussion, but something's got to give. You can't say that your paycheck comes from glorifying foolishness, and yet I want to glorify foolishness. Well, hold on. Everybody wants to say something, and then when the camera come on, well, would you do a little bit more? Just a little bit more. Just say a little bit more. Just say a little bit more. Just say it.
Mm.
at some point, at some point, your conversation is not yours anymore. It's just paid for. You can be propaganda. You can sell out, but what you're selling,
What you
hey,
selling?
what you're selling. Because if it is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Probably not. I agree. But consciously, I can agree without showing you the same perspective to grow you. I don't have to put you on some platform like it's a new prerogative or a perspective. First and foremost, I'm pretty sure black males and black women have been doing that for a long time. You're either going to accept what you think is right or you're going to call it out for what it is. If you love Elvis, I guarantee you can love Elvis for what you want, but when the conversation starts, some people are going to agree and some people are going to go, well, he was appropriating a lot, wasn't he? At some point, we're going to have a real conversation, no matter how you feel about it. That's what it is. And I believe as black people, it's not so much overdue. I do agree with my young brother. Yes, it is foolishness. It's accountability of who we give the mic to. I don't care what nobody says. It's out of control. The fact that every opinion has validation simply because it's an opinion in existence. Nick, I don't have the time or the effort to waste trying to disprove that. That's ridiculous. No, no, it doesn't. No, 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 it doesn't. That doesn't make sense at all. I am no more qualified to tell you about a woman's body or what she should be doing with it. But I know this: if you get caught up in this game out here in these streets, I'm not going to show you any different empathy than I would a man sometimes. Because in the reality, yes, you're old enough to know better. If you know where babies come from, honey, why you got five? You should have stopped somewhere. Somebody should have talked to you. And if they did, God bless them. But foolishness follows bad. And what do you think it looks like? It looks like something. If you've been foolish your whole life, it looks like something. Don't tell me about hurting. Don't tell me about broke. Broke is a mentality. If you've been foolish, whether you had money or opportunity, it's going to show in the result of your life. Go ahead.
Well, you know
Well,
what?
hey man, listen here. I think I've said enough. I think
I from
think
like I
I've
said, for me it is I think we just I think we eat a lot, and I think it's a lot of stuff that we become we become unconscious to it. Like we just don't even we become passive to it. And that's what I'm saying. For a song to come out and for her to say, "Hey, I don't agree with it. We need to, we need to change. We need to change how we glorify." You literally had like you said, Walt, earlier, a mother and daughter who went out, boosted everything, made a video, it went viral. The cops caught you. That's the part that they leave out. The cops caught them. And now the girl who stole it is in jail. The mother and I think it was the mother who tried to say, "Oh well, I didn't know that she boosted it." Yeah, you did. You knew. You knew she ain't had the money to buy it.
She drove the
Well,
getaway car.
That's what I'm saying. You knew. So that's what I'm saying. We to me we get too complacent. We and we're comfortable with just going, it's entertainment. That's how I feel like we try to justify so much. It's entertainment. It's not real. But it's like if you see people, you got little kids who are rapping this stuff. Like she said, you got little kids who's rapping this stuff. These kids now are different. This generation, we already know. It said it's gonna be wickeder and wiser. The Bible says it's gonna be wickeder and wiser. These little niggas are different.
well,
And
they just don't have a bluff.
well,
They really do sometimes move in that liquid soap where, yeah, it'll kill you on
yeah,
contact.
it
No, you right. They are different because the fact that McDonald's had to start printing "Do Not Eat" wrapper on the goddamn on hamburger wrapper is a
bro,
problem.
the fact that we got
Like seriously.
generations that was willing to drink bleach to say a whole bunch about that. But
Well,
I'm saying
well,
The
well, right
fact that
there,
we
right
have a
there.
generation that was okay with eating damn, excuse me, Tide Pods is a problem.
that part. That
I
part.
mean, let's go back
Woo.
even farther. The fact that we got a generation that was willing to eat spoons of cinnamon as if you wouldn't choke. Oh, how about the one where they was holding each other's necks, the pass out
Oh
challenge, and
yeah,
see it
Yeah.
the
like
pass out
nigga,
challenge.
do you
That
realize that you were really choking somebody to death? You
dude,
goofball!
that
Like,
been
like seriously, this is where I knew. This is how it was an elderly guy that put some weight on me one day. Pause. He was like, the fact that we had books that taught us how to set the timing on a Chevrolet or even find the firing order, which a lot of people don't even understand what that is. When you change the spark plugs out of your car,
hmm
you can put the spark plugs in the same way you took them out, but the cables, now distributor wires, that
hmm
go to said spark plugs are in an order. They're not
hmm
just three on one, two, three, and then one, two, three, four, five, six at the top.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not like
Dude,
that.
you got to gap
Those
them. You
cables go.
you even got to
Those
gap
cables
spark
going.
plugs. They don't even know that.
Come on, man. If you give them one of them, they be like, "Where I'm supposed to put this at?" It don't go in the
You
pop machine, you goofball.
yeah, you
It
got to
got
give them.
numbers
Yeah,
on
you got to
it.
dude,
Yeah,
you got to gap the spark plugs
Yeah,
perfectly. Dude,
and
you got
some
to
of
know
them,
the
and then
wire. Oh yeah,
if
if
they
you don't yeah,
pre-gapped, you got to still get the dial to make sure they pre-gap to the right spec.
that part. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they don't even understand the fact that we actually had books. Remember the Hanes books? Not the underwear fellas. Haynes. It was Haynes
yes.
Automotive. They used to have books where you can actually go in there and learn everything about your car, how to take it apart, put it back together, repair what specs your car's supposed to be running on, gas, everything to the T, front to back. Now, the fact that they don't even have that information for you to go find for yourself, you got to take somebody else's experience off YouTube, which could possibly send you down a rabbit hole of nothing but frustration, loss of money, and a headache for about a week. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that we actually had resources to this made us more resourceful as grown men. And it got to the point where I need to change the brakes on my car. I get down and do it myself. Am I certified? Nope. But I guarantee you I can get them brakes on it to where I know I'll be safe.
Here
Like I know how to change tires and run a tire machine
bro,
because
I'm
I got that experience.
I'm
When they took the trade resources away from high schools and they took music out of the high schools, that's when they knew they was gonna get a bunch of worker bees
You
to
know
just
that.
getting somewhere. Get on this hamster wheel. Get
That.
get your butt on this
Yeah.
hamster wheel. Oh, you don't want to get on the
100%.
hamster wheel? Cow. He had a gun. Oops. You want to get on the hamster wheel? Fine. You going to jail. We gonna play checkers all the way. We gonna play checkers and chess until you niggas get it right. Now get on the
Like,
hamster
yeah, when they
wheel.
took training out,
Come on,
when they
man.
took secondary training, yeah, that was almost like it was death to a lot of things. I'm gonna be honest. It
Yeah.
was an increase of violence and foolishness. Because let's be real, when you stop training people to do something and yet expect them to spend money on higher education, you're almost telling them like, I just need you to go to school where you did not perform well. I need you to go to a higher volume of that with less
and
skill
and, and perform
and
even
perform.
worse.
yeah.
Right.
But what did I
And
say?
yet have the confidence to maintain, wait for it, and be a positive individual, come
Hmm.
out of that
What
experience,
what did I
come back
say?
into the workforce, and please don't be so brittle. Don't be
The
so don't be so cast.
the
Hmm.
Nigga,
degrees
please.
the degrees and certificates mean nothing. They wanted you to do was spend thousands of dollars on a piece of parchment. That's it. This certifies I know what it is I'm talking about, even if I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
That means you
All
can
of us,
follow instructions and get work done.
all of us have
They say
bosses.
going to college and finishing college shows people that want to employ you that you actually can commit to doing something and completing it.
That
Well, I can commit to doing something and completing it, especially if it pays me. I mean, seriously, anybody, if you pay somebody right, they'll complete
Mhm.
anything you ask them to complete. They don't have to go to school to get a degree to find out that they can complete a task.
well,
So, you know what I'm saying? I
I'm
know a
No,
lot of people that's making $45 an hour and ain't spent not one day in college.
it's possible. It's not
it's
that it's
No,
not
possible.
possible. It's
it
that
ain't just as possible. My supervisor, one of the supervisors at my job, my man literally making about almost 80,000 a year. And he's been working for the company since he got out of high school.
the is
Never went to college.
but
So what I'm saying I'm front row seat.
yeah, it's
I see
they
my guy every day.
that's why they say nowadays it's always it's either a college degree or years of experience. And that's where this generation honestly is at a disadvantage. And I even say everybody got a degree. Now all of these older people because they ain't trying to because these older folk trying to make money. So they going to get degrees. So now you got a 40-year-old in the same room. You got a 40
With
year
a
old in
20
the
year
same
old.
room with a 22-year-old. Y'all graduating together. And now you got a 22-year-old who got to compete against a 45-year-old for the same entry level job. Now who going to grow? So now you got a whole bunch of kids now who sit here. They got to work. They got to work twice as hard because they got to compete with us. Let's be real. I'm almost 40. They got to compete with us for the same for just entry level because everybody's like we broke. Everybody's saying we struggling. So where it used to be, you know, this group is about to retire. This group is about to, we've been here. We're moving on. Everybody's stuck. Nobody retiring now. Nobody's doing this. No, so now,
Yeah,
like I
because ain't
said,
nobody got the money to retire.
because
And a lot of folks
everything
ain't
is
got that financial literacy to know how to retire.
nope, and that's what I'm saying. So you got a generation that's already behind the eight ball, no matter what they do. Then on top of that, you got a generation who now education is not what it used to be. Because now they'll just pass you because they just want you out the school. So now that's why you got kids who can't read. You got a generation of kids who can't read at their grade level. You got a generation of kids who can't do math. You got a generation of kids who don't even know what they're doing. Like you said, they took the trades out of school. At least back in the day, you had a trade to fall back on. Well, that's gone. So
Yeah, that's
now,
gonna.
yeah, it's easy to influence them. Yeah, a song can do a lot of damage. Yeah, a song can do a lot of damage. Yeah, a bad message can do a lot of damage because I got a gullible group. You I got a gullible group. I got a group who's emotional, who's more emotional than logical. Because let's be honest, these
Well,
kids nowadays is uh, always on the edge. So now they're more emotional than they are logical. They talking about their feelings. Oh, I feel. And feelings are not just because you feel something does not mean it's legit. I can feel somebody can feel that LeBron is better than MJ. We know it's not true, but you can feel that way. But because it's true, feelings don't change facts. And you got a generation who feels like their feelings changes perspective. It doesn't. There are certain things that is going to be detrimental to you because you're just in a vulnerable position. And you what can look like entertainment really is influence. No matter how you look at it, it's influence in some type of way. When you listen to it long enough, it's something's going to seep through. I don't care how thick your door is. Something's going to seep through when you watch and when you listen to it long enough. It's going to happen. The problem is a lot of folk don't think that they think everybody thinks I'm strong enough to deal with it. I'm strong enough to just, I can listen to it for days and days and days and it don't do nothing. Yeah, it's going to do something. I guarantee you right now, if I sat here right now and played is Cash Money taking over for the 99 and the 2000, I'm trying to tell you, every auntie, everybody everybody who need, I don't care if your knees ain't worked since 2001. I guarantee you, the moment that I sit here and say, the moment that you hear um, 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 it's over. It's over. Everybody is running to that dance floor because that's what it is. It's an influence. It is an influence. And if you sitting here going, nah, it ain't like that. I don't know what you think. It's there. And it's just you got a group to me, we got a group in the generation, even with the older folk, like I said, with a dude like Trick Daddy talking, with a lot of other folk talking, oh well, she just hating. Everything is not hate. Some stuff is just facts. And I don't and honestly, if we don't take time to take stock of ourselves, if we don't take the time to take stock of the time that we're living in, man, what he say in life? We on deck. We next.
We on deck.
We
The
next.
upper
We up
room.
for the upper
The
room.
room. You
Is
play
it we
baseball, don't you,
next?
Claude? You
We
play
we
baseball,
on
don't
deck.
you,
You play
Claude?
baseball, don't you, Claude? You you,
Don't
you
you?
play
Yeah,
baseball,
you
don't
on
you?
deck.
Well, we on
You
deck.
on deck.
For what? The upper room, nigga.
What? The upper room, the upper room,
The,
nigga.
the upper room, nigga.
Bust up in there. The upper
I'm gonna just, if
room.
you die first, I'm gonna just bust out in the upper room. Oh, where
Room.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I'm I'm saying, dude, because all I'm saying is they're setting the stage. If you look at it, bro, go on. All I'm gonna say is this: go on Facebook. What you see? Black folk fighting on cruises.
Yep.
Black
And
folk
guess what?
fighting. Black
Not
folk
one
fighting at
fight,
family
not
reunions.
one fight broke out on the cruise I was on. Not one fight nowhere
They showing it though.
that we saw. That
Eh,
you know how something can happen on the other side of the city and you don't know it happened. It could have been one of them situations, but for far as we know, man, wasn't
But I,
there fight? Wasn't nobody running around there trying to fight?
but that's what I'm saying. But they ain't showing that. Oh, they'll show black folk fighting on the cruise. They'll show black folk fighting in the restaurant. They'll
In the
show
club,
black folk fighting in the school. They'll show
shooting
black
out,
folk. They'll
shootouts.
they'll they'll show black folk stealing. You'll show black folk kill. They'll show you that they let a black person out. Oh, this black person recommitted a crime. See, this is why we need to change the laws. This is why we need to change the law. See, the Democrats are doing this and this and this, but they ain't showing you all the white folk who fighting.
So could that possibly be the secret operation that social media is built for? Because remember,
It's
back in the day, people could only depend on Hollywood to give them the perception of what they think we are and what they would assume that we are. Like foreigners when they came over here, they automatically assumed we was like exactly what they saw in the movies, right? so that when they encountered us, they treated us as if we were like one of them individuals that they saw in the movies that they've seen before, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it.
so now that they don't have to depend on Hollywood to give that depiction, they do it on social media. So now when they come over, they see what they see on social media and be like, ah, I know what to do with this one. Go get me some heat first before I go put this gas station up in this neighborhood. Oh, we moving in this neighborhood. Hey, make sure we get some bulletproof glass before we open up
But
shop.
let's be honest though.
You
Why?
see what I'm saying?
But this is what I'm saying though. You still moving to a nigga's neighborhood. You setting your gas station up in a
Yeah,
black person's neighborhood. Why? Because you know it's money. You setting
yeah,
your
because
Chinese
they know it's
restaurant up in a black person's neighborhood. Why?
because
Because you
they
know it's
know
money. You're setting
they know
you.
two things black folks gonna buy if they can't buy nothing else: gas and something to eat.
But that's what I'm saying. So don't. So my thing yeah, social media plays its part. Everything plays its part because what they show from whether it be social media, whether it be television, whether it be Hollywood, everybody's gonna show their depiction. But they're always going. But like I said, to the same people, to them Africans who come over here and they call you dirty, and they call black folk dirty, they call black folk uneducated. You quick to throw your shop up in a black neighborhood
I bet not nan here,
you
nan
can't go to
African
you
call me
can't go
dirty when
out.
they walking around with them ashy feet
But I'm
with them
saying
two small sandals
But
on.
I'm saying though, they can't go nowhere else. So they'll set up in the black neighborhood. Now you dogging out
Smelling
black
like
folk.
a Western omelet. You ain't finna tell
You
me I'm
dogging
dirty, nigga.
calm
You
down, Walt.
crazy? You crazy? You even tell me I'm dirty.
But
Hey,
I'm
I be
saying
walking past some of them cats in Chick
you
Fil A, man. They be smelling like the onion pit, man. And
I'd
you
have
ain't
made
finna
him
play
mad.
with me
I
like
should have
that.
brought up
You talking
Africans.
about I'm dirty, man? You crazy as hell.
I shouldn't have brought up Africans. Clearly this is a soft spot. Clearly this is a soft
Yeah,
spot.
because you know somebody that stink ain't finna tell me I'm dirty, bro. You
Right.
stink.
They
I just
but I'm
want to
saying
be. I just want to be clear here. I've never had any of that experience. The foreigners have been quite nice to me. I'm not really sure.
I'll
The
be
only time I
Yeah,
don't like them is when I'm at work.
I was
That's
thinking,
I don't like a lot of people at work,
I'm gonna be
but
honest. I worked with a chick who was from Africa. She was cool. I've met my share, but you can
yeah,
tell
I'm not my shit, and
there's
they
some
cool
there
too.
are
But I ain't never heard one call me dirty. No, we
there
ain't doing that.
I would make
I'm not playing in that scenario. I've
no.
never been called dirty.
I will say
I
this.
just want to be
I
clear.
will I will say this. I've met a few Africans and they were cool as crap. And then I've seen some and been around some that in all honesty, they kind of look at you like it's a
Peasant.
side eye. Because
Hmm.
but you will hear it like and it's sad because but I even watched this one time and I seen this because there's Africans who put out podcasts and stuff and they'll talk about it. They'll be like, yeah, when my parents when we were growing up, they told us to stay away from black folk because all they are is killers, gang members, and this and this and this. And then they were like, well, we come over here and we realize what we're being told is not the same thing that we see. Like when we come
Hmm.
over, when they come over and they actually experience life over here, that's like, oh, okay. And then they were like, well, we do run into stuff with black people, but because honestly, dude, black folks are like the universally hated group for whatever reason. It's like
Yep.
everybody has their idea. Like I said, they want the pieces. That's why I was just saying earlier. They want pieces of it. You want pieces of what we've done, but then at the same time, you don't want us. Like I literally watched a video on TikTok where you just see a whole bunch of foreigner black folk that's just like that's what I said. A girl from a different country like, oh, you a dirty black American, or you'll hear an African dude be like, oh, this ain't my brother. We ain't brothers. We ain't. We're not. You hear, and it's like they don't have no problems being like, we ain't them.
Yeah, but when they need your help, hey, brother, or you know how in whatever language you speak, like when you need some help, remember who I'm not your brother.
They don't, but and it's sad. And it's sad because it's not until I think it's not until they get into this place because everybody thinks we're lazy. Everybody thinks black folk is lazy. Everybody
Don't
think
they?
black folk are not intelligent. Everybody, a lot, not everybody. That's a bad generalization. There's a
A
lot.
good
I'll say it
group.
this way. There's a lot of people who think black folk are ignorant. There's a lot of people who think that black folk are lazy. There's a lot of people who believe that black folk are insufficient. And the problem is that they will find the examples that prove versus the examples that disprove. And and unfortunately sometimes we get comfortable and we don't react right in stuff, man. And I think that's what I said. We always talk about coming together, but we are the one culture, bro, that just
Can't come together for
yeah.
nothing.
I
Funerals, playing our family reunions.
that it's just, and it's funny because in the times that we came together, look how of a mighty force that we were. But we can't stay together. And that's why I'm saying we cannot stay together to save our freaking culture. And the first thing that and that's why I said we're using 50,000 excuses. Oh, the system. Oh, the white man. Oh, the country. Oh, the job market. Oh, this. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's this. Until we fix us, I don't even really give a crap about the system no more. It's like I don't even care what the white folk do. I know there's bad white people. We know that there's Klansmen. We know that there's systems out there. I don't give a rat's tail. That's not even my issue right now. I can't even fight that because I got to sit here and try to figure out how I'm going to unify family. Not even friends, nigga. Just the niggas who are in my bloodline. We got to figure out how that's going to come together, and then we got to try to figure out how we gonna get the friends, and then once we do that, we got to figure out how we gonna get the community. So you just said, so I'm gonna be real. Until I know that the system is against me, I know that there's white folk who hate me, but I can appreciate them because they up front. Nigga, I need to figure out how we gonna get this together. Until I'm gonna be until we stop making songs like Spin That, until we stop making songs that glorify stupidity. I get that everybody wants to have a good time, but nigga, we gotta start looking and being like, yo, we need to unify. Bump all this other stuff. They're watching us. They're looking for any reason to get at us. Let's unify to figure out how we can come to that. Until we get there, dude, I don't even care no more. It's like it's I don't, bro. I it's just stuff I look
You
at because I
become
go,
numb.
it's I'm not numb.
You're numb.
No,
Admit
I'm
it.
irritated. No, I'm
Oh, yeah.
irritated.
No, I'm irritated. You're
I'm
numb.
irritated. No, I'm irritated because I'm like I see it. It's sad when you wake up and you realize what people are doing. You realize what the system is doing. You realize what they're trying to do. Like I said, they're doing black fatigue. We're tired of black people talking about all the stuff that doesn't go right, and we're tired of seeing black people, and we're tired. They created a whole thing, black fatigue, and then you got niggas that is like, yeah, we understand why they got black fatigue, nigga. Like seriously?
That boot tastes good.
Yeah, like dude,
Yeah,
hey, dude, your
yeah,
lips are
man,
already.
says, "Wow."
Yeah, I'm saying your lips are already brown. You don't need to put them between nobody's cheek to make them worse. Like, shut up. Like, yo,
The
I
boot
get it.
tastes good.
We
Dog.
got I get that we got our problems, but until we sit here and say, you know what, we see it, they're promoting that we're violent, they're promoting that we're killers, they're promoting that we need to be locked up, they're promoting that they believe that we should be back in the fields. You see it. So let's stop being stupid. Why are you
Yeah.
robbing a fireworks store? Why are you sitting here making a song about boosting? Why are we sitting here getting guns, but you don't know gun laws? Why in the world are you sitting here shooting niggas over the dumbest stuff? Hey, nigga, I'ma rob you for your shoes and then sell said shoes on my freaking Facebook page like you don't know your daggone shoes. We literally put everything on Facebook, on Instagram, and then be like, nigga, I don't know how they caught me.
Hmm. I don't know neither.
Bruh, like until we sit here, India Ari, in my opinion, earned respect. She sat
Yeah.
here and she said something, but the problem is because too many people felt attacked. Too many people felt like, oh, I'm the person that's singing the song, that I'm not the problem. Until we get out of this, I am not the problem, and start saying, these are my issues, these are my flaws, this is what I need to fix, and then how in the world you're not, we got to get out of this. We're over everybody. Again, we got to get out of this. I know everything. We got to get out of this. My feelings matter. Screw your goddamn feelings. I'm so tired of feelings. Like, I'm for real. If I could snatch feelings out of everybody's soul, I would, because like I need logic. I'll put your feelings back eventually, but let's get you on some same page stuff here. Like, I'm serious. I'm tired of feelings. I'm tired of everybody having a feeling. I feel like you need to get out your feelings. How about that? Like,
Shout
so
out to
does that
Ricky Lake
validate?
though.
Like, it's nuts at this point. until we get to a place to where we can sit here and say, you know what? I got this, I got that. How can we combine it? I know this, I know that. How can we combine it? Like I'm watching From, bro. Like I'm watching From. It's the most frustrating freaking show to watch. And the reason why it's so frustrating is because everybody has information that they don't want to share. Everybody wants to keep a secret that can help. And then you are so now 4 seasons in, bro. You're just they're just now starting to be like, let's have a conversation. 4 seasons in, 80 people
Well,
didn't die, but now you want to have a
Now you want to
conversation.
talk.
That's black folk. Thousands of millions of us dead, millions of us in jail, millions of us is in bad systems.
You know the crazy thing
We
about
still ain't
this
talking.
though? But you know the crazy thing about what you're saying is that you hear a lot of folks that nowadays, even the younger folks, they like, hey man, they trying to push us back in the old days, and they like, yeah, whatever, that ain't gonna happen. If we don't stick together, it will.
Bro, it's already happening, bro. We're already the fact that now we are that like I said, when you see it as they're pushing the agenda of black folks are violent, they're pushing the narrative of black folks are killers. You're pushing the narrative of black folk don't contribute nothing. You're pushing the narrative of black fatigue. You're pushing to narratives of all black people are criminals. Look how many black pastors they're trying to take down. Every time you look up, oh, it's another pastor who fails, another pastor, another pastor, another pastor. And I ain't even saying that some of these dudes don't deserve to go down. I'm not saying that. Some because like I said, there's a separation in that. We all know, like I said, you can there the Bible already said that you got folk who gonna prophesy in my name and they're not in it. They're just using it. We already know that. I have no problems taking down the wrong people. That's good. Get the wrong folk out of the right positions. Good. But everybody ain't the wrong person. Everybody is not a problem. They may not be perfect, but they're not always the problem. Until we start realizing that this is the agenda, and I'm not even just it's against black folk. White folk play their part in that stuff too, because they know a lot of these white folk, y'all, and I'm sorry if you're a white person listening to this, watching this, but I'm going to say it. Y'all scare easily. All they got to do is sell you that something's going wrong, and now that's the one thing I will give white folk. If they say something wrong, they ready to jump, but they know because you ready to jump, you'll jump to whatever conclusion they tell you to. Until everybody gets to this point in this place to where we're going, okay, you know what? Does this help or does this hurt? Get out of this self gratification thing where it's well, I just got to make my money. I just got to make my money. Money is temporary. Clothes are temporary. Cars, purses, jewelry, all of it is temporary. None of it is going to last long term. None of it. You're not going to have it forever. Until we get into this mindset of all of that don't matter and the life matters, how we're able to live matters as a community, as a conglomerate, to say not just us as black folk. Okay, we as black folk come together. We unite with our Latino brothers. We unite with our white brethren, we and sisters, and our our Asian when we are able to come together and we can fight the rest of this stuff. Now the system don't have a chance because now we are the ones who are forming a system that can take on that system. When we can do that, then stuff will get better. But as long as we the ones sitting around here talking about some spin that and boosting and robbing is okay, killing, stealing is okay, and then get the audacity to sit here and want to thank God for allowing you to become famous off of a song that glorifies murder, stealing, killing, all of the things that are in his 10 commandments telling you not to do. I yeah.
My sentiments exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those. That's why I say it's an irritation. It's
See,
we are we. That's why I said that's what's left until we can fix all of that. Until we can fix us, I don't care about the system. I don't care.
And you
I
know
don't
what?
care.
One thing I can admit, and I'm okay with it, is that you know that Geico commercial where the old white dude is following all the older, the growner millennials around. Say, hey, 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 that's not your job. Hey, 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 you don't know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
say, and someday in life we
millennials
become
becoming
our
their
parents.
parents.
Yeah, and I'm glad to say I'm becoming like one of my parents or one of my elders that were before me when I was transitioning from listening to Common because Common grew up in my neighborhood, whether y'all knew that or not. Like, your dude grew up like
Uh,
6 blocks away from where I grew up at, so he was like our neighborhood hero when it came to rappers, right? So when I went from listening to Common, then I transitioned into listening to KRS-One, and then a little bit of everybody that started going into, I think it was the New Jack City soundtrack that spent me, and I heard Ice T New Jack Hustler, and I think that's what made me want to gravitate to a rougher side of music. All I'm saying is that when I saw that transition start to happen, my parents saw that happen, they was just like, uh oh, we got, you know what I'm saying, you got to. I don't know, man. I'm irritated as well, and I'm becoming my parents. They didn't understand why I like the music, and now I'm looking at the children under me, and I'm like, I don't understand why they like the music. I have an 18-year-old daughter that does not listen to today's music. Like, she knows some of it, but she don't listen to it. Jada, she don't listen to today's music. Jada is a 1,000% 80s kid.
um,
Like,
I'm
she's
not.
slapping. Look, bro, I got a video. She's in the bathroom slapping L DeBarge. I like it. Like, phone value. Like, for real. Like,
Hey,
it trips me out. She likes old school music.
and that's
You
hey,
see what I'm
I
saying?
as a person who loved it growing up, I bought a Temptations album before I ever before I bought a Nelly, and I'm just being
Hmm.
real. It just old school music is different, and
Hmm.
it actually had a message. It talked about love. It talked about everything. It talked about struggle. It talked about coming together. It talked about unifying. It talked about going against the government, and this thing, and it was all of that. And we ain't. I'm gonna be real. We ain't got that today. You don't have that today. So, I
Hmm.
and the fact that if you say we don't have that and that and we need to turn this off, the fact that you get a backlash is sad. And
Hey, I'm telling you, when this is when, see, you can't see it because of the background. I'm about to take the background out. This is when you knew you was looking at a good album, and you knew
when they
what
post
time
in the
it was.
picture,
Come on, man. You hear me?
I already know
You,
when you ain't even got to show the album when they pose in the picture. That I'm gonna tell you this: if they sitting in
look,
that chair or if they laying down, you remember the Michael Jackson Thriller cover
come on,
when
man.
they
If
laying on that side.
Yeah, if they ain't got
Oh,
that Teddy Pendergrass lay down on the
oh,
side,
bruh.
yeah.
When
Look, you know
if
what
they
I
was
mean?
on that arm,
If
if
they
you
don't look
saw the
like this,
cover,
if they ain't caked up like this on there,
doc,
come
you
on,
man,
man.
you don't want to get in the look. You know you don't want to get in the record covers. Cause dude, I got a whole
Hey,
my record
record
collection's
covers,
right here.
no, brother. Record covers. These are records, not
Oh,
record
you
covers.
dude,
This is
you forget
real
that I
deal,
got them.
original copies. You
Look.
feel what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
I got look. This nigga about to make me go to.
Look,
You know what? Look.
look,
Oh,
you see what that
this nigga
say?
about to make me go to
That
my
say
thing.
downtown disco. You feel me, brother? You see that? Mm-hmm. You see that downtown record store, back $5, man. Come on, man. The last time you seen a sign that looked like that was back in the day. You
boy,
see that? Look at that. Look at the print on that. That's not made up
boy,
today. That's old school. This one
yes
right
sir,
here, come on, man. Time stamped. We get
boy.
on up in there. Time stamped. That thing, 1972. What? Get on
Man,
in there. Mm-hmm. 1972, baby. I ain't playing no games.
so wildin'.
The Reverend. Do you feel me? Come on, man. Look, look,
Put
all
my
you see
wicked
is,
table there.
look, all you hear is ruffling and stuff flying everywhere.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Oh yeah.
I
Look,
ain't hear anger in the background. Look at that. You know, woke him up.
You have awakened the beast. Baby,
yeah,
look, I can't find my Thriller album.
yeah. Good thing you got one now, cause you know ever since the movie came out, everybody went out and bought them out like they was new. Like, wait a minute,
Now,
y'all just now
now
getting
what?
there?
Now what?
Oh, you went and got off the wall, man. That's
Now
not
what?
fair.
Huh?
Hey, let me borrow that.
Now what? Huh?
All
What?
I'm saying is
What?
you
What?
probably got the most famous one. Wait
What?
a minute, who that? I can't. I walked over here trying to go. I'm trying to
What?
compete.
Man, he's
Hold
acting
that back up
up.
there. Oh
What?
yeah.
What?
That's that Rick James, that player.
What? Sliding the
Mm-hmm.
family stone, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Who is this?
Jimmy.
There we go, baby.
That's Jimmy. I know that album cover anywhere.
Now,
Uh,
Wait a minute, who is that?
that was Slide, baby. Did look, I even go, I make the pimp come out of you.
but
Wait a minute,
the
hold up.
man himself,
Oh, Superfly.
Yeah.
I'm your pusher man.
Now I
Boy.
dude, you don't even want
Oh,
so- songs in the key of life.
Oh, Stevie Wonder. Steveland.
Look, I even take you to the
Steveland.
80s.
Huh? You said you want to go to the 80s?
Look, I even take you to the 80s.
this is why we can't have nice things. Look,
And look at what
y'all
I
done got into
found.
a
Boom.
oh my
Thriller.
god.
He found it.
Oh,
He found it.
oh,
Yeah, you sir,
You ready?
I told you,
You ready?
ooh. We
you
go.
you don't you don't want to do you never want to do with the
He got some
Not,
kids.
not,
heat. Hold on.
You never
hmm
want to go. You never want to go with the kids, sir.
Again, like I
Because
said, you know I'm older than
how you
you.
want to dance?
So
Look, how
I
you
even
want to dance?
look.
Are we going?
uh-oh.
Are we going? Are we going? We going movie records?
Look. Hold on. Oh wow, that's crazy. Hold on. Stay there. Check this out. Check this out. What man? This the reason why.
Right there, baby.
This the reason why
Uh,
this the reason why
Right there. That's what I
we
told him.
pick
You
this
you
nigga.
ain't
You see
ready.
me talk about what you
Man,
talking
see,
about,
you
brother?
ain't ready.
Come on, man. You ain't talking about nothing, player. Hold on.
Look,
What
no,
about
he
this
want to
one?
go movie. Look,
What
he
about
want to
this
go
one?
movie.
What
Then
about this one?
look, we
What
going
about this one?
movie.
Well, you the one pulled out Superfly. What about
Yeah,
this? What you know about
Aretha.
okay.
that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Hold on. You know, I'm a little different, right? Check this out.
Mm.
What about that one?
Fleetwood. Oh, you want to go Fleetwood?
Hold on. That look what that do.
Uh-oh.
Look what that do, baby. You feel what I'm talking about? Look what that do right there,
Got that special
player.
edition.
Come on now.
Okay.
Man, we ain't playing no games.
Hold on. You
We
want to
ain't
go
playing no
Fleetwood?
games. Hold on. Can't go to Fleetwood without going these brothers through.
Hold on. You
Mm-hmm.
want to go Fleetwood? Boom, baby.
Uh-oh.
Now,
Ah.
Rumors.
ah,
Mm.
He even got Eddie Murphy.
Uh,
Girls want to party
uh.
all the time. There you go. Here, take some of this Holland Oats with your
Here,
cereal, brother.
here you go.
Bah.
Since you still wanted to go movie.
Bah.
And
Hold
oh,
on.
wait a minute. Who is this?
uh,
Who is
Phil
that?
Collins. Who is this then?
uh.
Does it? Do you see? You
Yeah.
indifferent. We can always go
Original
with Burt.
copy. Original copy. 1971 player.
Now, who now?
Pow.
Now,
You
you
see
said you
it.
wanted to be different. Now,
You
foreigner,
see
baby.
it. You see it. I done ran out of vinyl.
No, it's me.
We can battle. We can always battle. Cause I guarantee you. Cause look, where you want to go, huh?
Huh?
I give you a
Not
little
the
bit of Bob.
Marleys.
Give you a little Billie Holiday. Now,
Hold on. We can go here. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Hmm?
You want to keep going? Hmm?
Yeah, we can
Hmm?
go.
Hmm?
Look,
Hmm? You want to keep going? Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
this
You want to
do.
keep going, huh? I even got him on there too. Look! I got some of the stuff joint. Yeah, this stuff. Mama be like, "Give me that!" Nah, 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 nah. Remember him? Oh man, you jerk!
Now,
What about that? Hey, what you know about that? Hmm? What you know about Donald
Oh,
Washington? Huh?
ooh.
Hmm?
I'm gonna give you one.
Hmm?
Fine day. You really want one off?
Hmm? 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 Jermaine Jackson, boy, come here, Jermaine. What I do? You ain't
Boy.
did nothing. That's what you do. You
Huh?
run here dripping all that Jerry
Um,
Curl
Huh?
juice.
Now,
Rufus, oh, you went and got Shaka, huh? Okay. So
and
you
then,
think I'm
but it's
playing with
okay.
you?
I can always go
No,
back
no,
to
no,
the
no, no,
queen.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
can
no, no,
always go
no.
back to the queen.
You went and got Shaka. It's cool.
Look, and I did make you turn off the lights.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You ain't ready, sir. I
Yep, I
told you,
ain't.
sir. This is
Mm-hmm.
did look. Don't maybe get Black Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I look. Don't make me get the Black Moses.
Mm-hmm. Well, you lucky I can't find my
Now,
goddamn on.
don't Gladys Knight and my Pips,
Damn, you beat me to it.
Billy Joel.
I ain't got a Billy Joel.
I got two of them.
I got two of them looking at.
And then, of course, my Earth, Wind, and Fire. You ain't, sir. I told you,
My Earth, Wind, and Fire.
sir. And these, those are just the two drawers. Those are just the two drawers,
Yeah, I got to go get me some more vinyl. Because I owe you. Well,
sir.
about to go
You,
find me a gym.
no,
You
dude.
gonna be
You
like,
want
where you get
gems?
that
Here
from?
you
Be like,
go.
nah, 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 nah.
Here you go. You want a gem? There you
Nah,
go.
I got your gym. Nah,
What's
nah, nah, nah,
going
nah. I don't
on?
want no gyms.
What's going
Mm-hmm.
on? What is that?
Marvin.
Lady in satin, Billie Holiday. And what is that? Lady sings the blues. Oh, oh. He said he wanted gems. He said he wanted gems, Aaron. Nah.
you two
He,
Negroes are
he
hilarious.
said he wanted he wanted a record off.
Wow.
A record off. So you gonna call it? You gonna give it a name now?
Uh still
Ooh.
still with Rick.
All I'm saying is, I hope those are original copies. Because if they ain't, you lost.
Nah. All. All.
Wow.
Oh,
Come on. Yeah, silly.
I
Mm-hmm.
got all of them too.
Yeah.
Boy.
Hey, can I have your record collection?
Not at
Uh,
all, sir.
you
Michael
He
Jackson.
said not at all, sir.
ain't gonna have no choice.
I even got a rare Michael Jackson's Fairwear My Summer Love. Never before available from the Platinum Vaults of Motown.
How be? No, he didn't get it. No, he didn't get it
Yeah,
wrong.
Doc.
He said, "No, my brother, you got to get your own." Looking at
Boy.
Now, that's what I said, sir. And that's only the top two drawers. You don't even want me to go to the third one. I told you, sir. This
Yeah.
got to put
Are
them back in order.
hilarious.
hey, he look, sir, I was challenged and I was taught you never back down from a challenge. Challenge. Now I even told you to Etta James, baby. Marvin Gaye's my favorite song by Marvin
Boy.
Gaye. I Want You.
Goes, huh?
I get told him them birthday in the
Yes,
time,
sir.
baby. You ain't yeah. Gigolos get lonely too.
Y'all are silly. That was interesting.
Yep.
Y'all went there.
And that's why you
I'm
call
just saying.
that's why you
That's why
call me
music.
Mr. Brown.
That's why music was more impactful back then. Because that
Facts.
vinyl, that tape, that recording tape, it hit better than that low frequency digital stuff they got.
All right. But music was music. They had and there was no sound system. There was no auto tunes. Either you could sing or you
Or you
couldn't.
couldn't.
It was just that simple. Yeah, that's what I said. That's the difference. Today, you don't have to have the talent that you once had. All you got to do is just be willing to sit here and say Luka 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 Booka Booka Booka, and that's it. And you got a hit. Y'all can go ahead.
Hmm.
Y'all can go ahead and rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lucky I ain't go down to the third drawer.
Good ninja.
Well, you lucky we ain't got time for that because I dare you. Go to the third drawer because I got something bigger than the third drawer. Pause. It's
What?
called
What?
No, I'm
it's
sorry.
called
Teach
a
a ninja.
hard drive full of music so you can have
Yeah,
as many records as you want.
uh,
I'm
and,
still
anybody can have Spotify. Nobody care.
no, it ain't Spotify.
This
No,
nigga
these are
said
actual
Spotify.
saved
Anybody can have
songs,
Spotify.
MP3 format. No sir.
But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I don't even know how to wrap this up.
Man,
Hey
try to
y'all,
tie a ball on that.
I I hope look. I hope
I hope
everybody
y'all
enjoyed.
learned something.
I hope everybody enjoyed. And
Facts.
just yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I don't know how to wrap that up because we went left very quickly. So
Hey man, I can tell you, hey, hit your local record store, go
yep,
pick up you some vinyl and listen to some real good music and get your
yep, and
frequencies on back on balance and get your chakras right. You feel what I'm
yep.
saying?
That was and
Stop
you
by
can
Yep.
hit up.
Yep.
Walmart and you can walk out the food section and slide over to the electronic section
Dude,
and pick you up about a $40 record player, or go to the pawn shop, your nearest pawn shop, and make sure the cartridges on those needles and the stylus on them records is good, on the record player is good,
oh, you can
and
change them
copy
out.
your record player.
You can change
Yep,
them
you can
out.
change
Yep.
them out, but if you can find them for a decent price, that's the
Yep,
thing. Changing
40.
them out and finding them are two different things.
Yeah, I mean, because I bought the brand new one, I had to change it out. That's how much I played my records. I had to change the needle on mine. So
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
there.
change the
Woo.
Go to
needles on your
I'm
record.
saying half price books, check your eBays, check your Amazons, because that's where I got stuff from. Check your local thrift stores and Goodwills and stuff. And I'm going to be real, find music that actually talks about something.
Well,
Find music that's actually, old school music, like we said, is different because it was real. Yeah, they talked about the same stuff that all these thugs and these gangsters talked about. They talked about what was going on in their day. And as much as we want to sit here and we want to talk about how the gangsters, the cops is harassing them, they didn't get sprayed with no fire hose. Now a lot of them ain't getting no dogs stuck on them. Yeah, they might have got into a shootout or they might have got harassed, but not only did they who made this music got harassed, fire hose, shot, dogs stuck suck on them, hung, you name it. A lot of that music represents it. Especially go listen to some Nina Simone. You can go listen
Hmm.
to some, like I said, Motown in the '70s. They talked about it all. So, and they still was able to do it in a way that brought the community together, not
And
separate.
some of them artists had to live with the fact that their family members were actually lynched, and they
Yep.
know they know they was lynched by people in their community, or out around their community, and they can't do nothing about it. And they had to live with that, and that's what they put that passion and that aggression into their music. just for y'all to have somewhere to go, just for y'all to have something to fall on when y'all got older, and then we took it and just kind of forgot the most important part about it.
Yeah. So hope everybody, like I said, hope everybody enjoyed, you know, and until next time, look, try to do something that brings the community together in the right way for the right things. So until next rip, this has been your boy, Easy Going A, my brothers, A.R. Reedus, and of course,
Mhm.
the man with the thousand names, Soapbox Head Rush today. We will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.